I am very happy to introduce Mr. Ranjan Nagarkatte. I attended recently a training program conducted by him in Salem. It is a 6-month course. 1 month has completed. So the remaining 5 months I will join with him. So I am very happy to introduce Mr. Ranjan Nagarkatte, concept seller trainer in LIC products. A trainer with more than 14 years of experience, training experience on LIC products and insurance concepts. He had done a record training more than 3,000 educational sessions on various platforms. He had participated and addressed in investor meetings on behalf of the agents in India and abroad. Ranjan is one of the most apt person to address the customer awareness needs of LIC agents, a practical trainer with hands-on experience and celebrities and HNI clients. Ranjan has created the most powerful concept of estate creation, has helped agents to look in for high premiums. Ranjan Nagarkatte is a licentiate with a management graduation, is in a CMO of DigiFlex Solutions Private Limited. I invite a great trainer of Ranjan to the forum. Thank you.
May I also invite Ms. Rani Padmaja from Secunderabad to kindly present the flower bouquet to Sri Ranjan Nagarkatte.
At the outset, I would like to take this opportunity in thanking Lugi for this wonderful opportunity. I have taken more than 3,000 sessions, but today I am feeling honored to be on the Lugi platform. I have been a great supporter of Lugi activities for the last 14 years. I have been in this domain. So I would like to thank the Karunadiji and the entire team for this opportunity. My today's topic is on retirement planning. But before getting into retirement planning, I just wanted to give a brief about myself. Radhakrishnan ji has given a good introduction, but I just want to communicate. I've been in this domain for the last 14 years, but in the last 3 years, I've been actively doing canvassing on behalf of LIC advisors in India as well as abroad. I've gone with LIC agents abroad also, and I do a lot of customer meets. And my experience is saying that now, instead of concentrating on products, we need to concentrate on concept selling. And I am of the opinion that because of concepts, we are in a position to sell more effectively in the market. In fact, my most powerful concept is estate creation, which has enabled LIC agent to sell sum assured of more than 100 crores. So I am very, very sure today whatever I would be speaking would help you in getting big premium from the market. Before getting into a retirement topic, I just wanted to give you a brief overview of what's happening in the Indian economy. My dear friends, India is a young country. Do you agree with me? Yes or no? Yes. Yeah, India is a young country of 70 years. And if you notice, we need to divide India into two parts. We need to divide India into two parts. One India before 1990 and second India after 1990. Because before 1990, India was a very poor economy. The purchasing power in India was very, very low. Because the purchasing power of India in India was very, very low, in India, every value of every product was down. But post 1990, what happened in 1990? The LPG concept came into picture. The liberalization, privatization, globalization brought in by Mr. Manmohan Singh ji and by P.V. Narasimha Rao ji. Because of that, in India, the purchasing power started increasing. So if you notice, in the last 25 years, that is from 1991 to 2016, Indian investors have been investing in two types of assets. One, a physical assets, and second, a financial assets. I repeat, from 1991 till date, in the last 25 years, investors have been investing in two different types of assets. One, a physical, and second, a financial assets. So let us understand what are physical and what are financial assets. Let us also understand, in the last 25 years, I am of the opinion there have been phases when investors have invested in physical asset. There have been phases when investors have invested in financial asset. And I am of the opinion next 10-15 years, the market will belong to financial assets. But to understand that, let us look at the last 25 years economy. What has happened in the last 25 years? So before that, let me explain to you what are physical assets. I am very sure many of you are aware what are physical assets, but just, I will just be, talking about what are physical assets. Physical assets are basically land, gold, car. Do you agree with me? Yes or no? Yes. Physical assets give monetary returns, but at the same time, they also give emotional returns. Yes or no? Apart from monetary returns, we are very happy when we buy a car. We are very happy when we buy a gold. So apart from monetary returns, it also gives you emotional return. But there is a disadvantage in the physical assets also. The disadvantage is physical assets always have a maintenance cost. There is always have a maintenance cost. You need to put in maintenance cost to maintain a land or a car or a gold. So physical assets are one most popular form of investment in India today. Apart from physical assets, we have got financial assets also. Financial assets are basically like saving account, FD, bonds, stock market, SIP, LIC. These are the most popular financial assets investment in the country. Do you agree with me? Yes or no, my dear friends? These are the most popular financial assets. Financial assets give you good returns, but they don't give you emotional returns. They give you good monetary returns, but they don't give you emotional returns. Now, everyone is happy taking a car, but no one is happy taking a LIC policy. Yes or no? I repeat, everyone is happy taking a car, but no one is happy taking a LIC policy. It gives you monetary returns, but emotional returns, it does not give you that much. But the advantage of financial assets is, financial assets has got no maintenance cost. I repeat, financial assets have got no maintenance cost. When it comes to a physical asset like car, you need to incur maintenance cost. But when it comes to financial asset, you need not incur any maintenance cost. So let us, now I am of the opinion, investors in India need to invest in both the assets, physical as well as financial. I repeat, the portfolio of an investor should be a mix of physical as well as financial. Now, in order to understand whether we need to invest in physical or financial, we need to understand what has happened in India in the last 25 years. So I will just be talking on various products, what has happened in India in the last 25 years. Let us first talk about real estate. I repeat, let us talk. Real estate is what type of asset? Is it a physical or a financial? It's a physical asset. So let us talk about real estate. I come from Mumbai. I am actually from Borivali in Mumbai, and I remember in 1991 the cost of a 2-bedroom on kitchen in Borivali was just 5 lakh. I repeat, the cost of a 2 BHK in Borivali was 5 lakh. Today it has got increased to 1 crore. I remember in 1990 the cost was just 5 lakh. It increased to 10 lakhs in 94. Then it increased to 30 lakhs in 98, and 2010 it reached 50 lakh, and the last couple of years it has touched 1 crore. But if you would have noticed, not only in Mumbai, across India in the last 2-3 years, real estate market has been stagnant. Do you agree with me? Yes or no? Why it has been stagnant, my dear friend? Do you think, is there any saturation in India market today? India cannot have saturation. The reason being, India is blessed with population. I am of the opinion, every state in India is a country. I am of the opinion, every state in India is a country. We are blessed with population. I am of the opinion, there is no saturation. The real reason why real estate saturation has come, because real estate has reached a peak purchasing power. Because it has reached a peak purchasing power, real estate will not see an increase. For any product, there is a peak, my dear friends. For any product, there is a peak, and real estate has seen the peak. If you happen to read the Frank Knight research report, I would advise every agent friend here to read Frank Knight. I repeat, Frank Knight research report on real estate. It comes every quarter, and it talks about 8 important cities of the country, including Chennai, Bangalore, Mumbai. If you would have been reading that for the last 2 years, you would be seeing there is a lot of supply-demand mismatch. The reason there is a lot of supply-demand mismatch, because real estate has reached a peak. Because it has reached a peak, real estate saturation has come. I am of the opinion, 5 lakh becoming 1 crore is easy. 1 crore becoming 2 crore is difficult, and 1 crore becoming 5 crore is impossible. I repeat, 5 lakh becoming 1 crore is easy, but 1 crore becoming 2 crore is possible, but 1 crore becoming 5 crore is impossible. But I am of the opinion, last few years, investors investing in real estate was a great decision because they got great returns. But coming days, if investors are going to invest in real estate, the chances are they would not get any return. And a couple of days back, Narendra Modi ji did a surgical strike on real estate. Yes or no, my dear friends? Because of the surgical strike on real estate, I am of the opinion the good days of real estate are over. Those who got money in real estate, they did a good investment choice that time. But going forward, investing in real estate is not a great choice. This was about real estate. The second product, let us look about gold. My dear friend, 10 grams gold in 1990 was just 3,000. I repeat, 10 grams gold in 1990 was around 3,500. I repeat, 10 grams gold in 1990 was around 3,500. Can anyone tell me what was the gold rate in 2005? 9,000. So you got married in 2005? Yeah, okay. Because gold rate was around 7,500. Gold rate was around 7,500. In the year 2010, gold rate was around 10,000. But gold saw a peak in the year 2013 when gold touched 33,000. I repeat, gold saw a peak in the year 2013 when gold touched 33,000. So if you notice, 3,000 became 33,000 in 23 years. I repeat, 3,000 became 33,000 in 23 years. That is around 10 times there was a returns on gold. But if you notice, in the last 2 years, even gold rates have been coming down. Actually, gold rate had touched 30,000. But now because of the last 2 days, the gold rates have increased only because of Narendra Modi ji's decision. It would be in for a short time, the gold increase. I am of the opinion, 3,000 becoming 30,000 is easy. 30,000 becoming 60,000 is little difficult, and 30,000 becoming 1 lakh is impossible. The day if it becomes 1 lakh, people will not buy gold. Day it becomes 1 lakh, people will not buy gold. So please understand, just like real estate, gold has also seen a peak. But even today, investors are investing in gold. Yes or no? Last 2 days, to convert black money, what people did? They invested heavily in gold. Gold today is also a very popular form of investment. But I am of the opinion, in the coming 20-25 years, the physical asset in investment in the form of gold is going to come down. Real estate investment is going to come down. Gold investment is going to come down. Do you agree with me, my dear friends? Yeah. Now comes the next thing, the GDP growth rate. You might be aware, this year of 2016-17 has been fantastic for LIC. You know, they have seen a increase of premium in non-single premium also, in single premium also. In single premium, from 1st April to 30th September, LIC saw a jump of more than 4,000 crore. And when it comes to non-single premium, LIC saw a jump of almost 1,000 crore. And this has been happening only because of one reason, my dear friend. The reason is India's GDP growth is increasing. In 1990, India GDP growth was just 1.6%. 1.6% GDP is very, very low. Indians didn't have money to invest in financial or physical assets. But today, India is growing at what rate? 7.6% GDP. Very happy to say this. We are one of the most fastest developing economy in the world. In fact, when it comes to GDP growth, we are better than China when you compare last year. In fact, America is growing at 4%. India has been growing at 7.6%. And there are research report which says that India will keep on growing at 7.6 in the next 2-3 years. Why this is important is, whenever the country is good on GDP, there is normally good income comes to the people who can then invest in both physical or financial assets. I am of the opinion, since the concept of black money is going to go down, with the increase in GDP, we can expect a great jump of investment in financial assets in the coming days. So I am of the opinion that GDP increase is going to help in financial assets investment in the coming days. Then comes number of taxpayers. In number of taxpayers in 91 was just 40 lakhs. In 2016, how much it is, my dear friends? 5 crores. And with Narendra Modi's surgical strike, I can guarantee one thing. It will reach almost 20 crores next year. It will reach almost 20 crores. And I am of the opinion, with more taxpayers, investment do happen in financial assets. I repeat, with more taxpayers, investment do happen in financial assets. Investment does not happen in physical assets. The only sad part about India over the years was investors were not paying taxes properly. It was very sad to know that a population of 132 crores, only 5 crore are paying income tax. But I'm very sure that going forward, the numbers will increase. And I have done a research of all developed countries. The more the number of taxpayers, the more the investment in financial asset. I repeat, the more the number of taxpayers, the more the investment of financial asset. In fact, I am of the opinion Narendra Modi ji is the best salesman in the country. He is able to increase the number of taxpayers. I think the maximum jump which the country would have ever seen. So next comes, my dear friends, registered vehicles. See, vehicle is a physical asset, yes or no? But I am of the opinion the number of vehicles will not come down. Number of registered vehicles will go up. In 91 it was just 2 crore. Today it is around 16 crore. And I am of the opinion it will not remain at 16 crore. The most popular form of physical asset investment would be in the form of a vehicle. And I am very, very sure the number of vehicles will not go down. The number of registered vehicles will go up. Don't be surprised if it touches 50 crores in the next couple of years. It will definitely touch 50 crores in the next couple of years. I always say in my meeting in customer meets that our traffic signal is a very dangerous thing in today's market. Suppose if you are going in a Skoda car and there is a red signal, we stand at the signal. On the right hand side is a Audi car. On the left hand side is a Mercedes car. What comes in our mind? We need to change the car, yes or no? In 1991, there was only two options. What was the option in India? One was a Fiat or a Ambassador. The signal was never dangerous. The signal was never dangerous. But today, my dear friend, the signal is very, very dangerous. And with the advent of social media, like Facebook, what everyone does today, the moment they get a car, it is posted on Facebook. So today the most motivating thing to take a vehicle is a Facebook today. Now because of social media, the number of vehicles increasing is going to increase in the coming days. Then comes, my dear friends, telephone connectivity. This is also very important. In India in 91, for 100 people, the telephone connectivity was only 2.3. You would remember in 91, to get a telephone connection, one had to apply. And there used to be a waiting period of almost 6-7 years. Yes or no, my dear friends? Yes. Today, what is the advantage? You just go on the road and say, I need a telephone connectivity. At least 5-6 mobile companies would be coming. And one of the companies giving free. Yes or no? Which is that Reliance Jio. So what I am trying to communicate is, with increase in telephone users, because today telephone is no more used for talking. Today, a telephone is digital. Yes or no? It is giving information. It is spreading information. And in India, I have seen that there is not a culture of all person reading newspapers. There is not a culture of all people reading newspaper. But I am very sure with digital India, the concept of people getting information on mobile will increase. And I am of the opinion, with the number of increase in mobiles, investors will be well informed to invest in physical assets, in financial assets. They will not be investing in physical assets because they will be getting a lot of information. Next, my dear friends, dollar rate. It is very, very important. What was the dollar rate in 1991? The dollar rate was just 24 rupees in 91. Today, what is the dollar rate? Around 67. What is your opinion? What will be the dollar rate in the coming days? Will it increase or will it come down? If you talk to Indians, they will confidently say it will come down, yes or no? But you talk to an American Indian, he will say dollar rate will go up. You know why he will say dollar rate will go up? Just the way we think about real estate. What do we think about real estate? 5 lakh has become 1 crore. What do we think about real estate? 1 crore will become 5 crore. Similarly, American Indians are of the opinion 24 has become 67. 67 in the coming days will become how much? 150, 200. But my dear friends, please understand, India has been growing at 7%. America is growing at 4%. In the next 10 years, India is supposed to become a developed country. And India is supposed to be a major super economic power. So our rupee will get strengthened. Our rupee will get strengthened. And I am very sure in the next 20 years, the dollar rate will be around 55 years. 55. Dollar rate will be around 55. We need to convince this to NRIs. Why we need to convince this to NRIs? Today NRIs are investing heavily in India, but not in financial assets. They are investing more in physical asset. I am of the opinion, with the dollar increasing, the increase of financial asset among NRIs will increase. The reason being, I will just give you a classic example of today's, there's one product by the name Jeevan Akshay. Everybody knows about it, yes or no? In Jeevan Akshay, if you invest 1 crore today through an NRE account, if you invest 1 crore today from an NRE account, if you are investing from US, you need to give around $1,55,000. You need to give around $1,55,000. So you get a 1 crore policy. 20 years down the line, if the dollar rate goes down to 55 and the person dies, when the purchase price is repaid, it is not going to be 1,55,000. Because the dollar has come down, the repurchase price will be $1,85,000. There is an increase of $30,000 only because the dollar rate went down. So I am of the opinion, this is not only with US currency, currencies across the world, India will become strong. And I am of the opinion, this is the right time for NRIs to invest in financial assets. Right time for them to park all their earnings in financial, because India, apart from the currency exchange rate, India also gives a very good interest rate, yes or no? When you look at any developed country, Japan, you might be knowing, the interest rate is minus. America, it is around 0.75, the repo rate. UK, it is around 0.25. Canada, it is around 1. India is the only country where the repo rate is more than 6. So I am of the opinion that going forward, India is also giving good interest rate, and with the currency becoming strong, Indian currency, I am very, very sure there will be a shift in financial assets. Next, my dear friends, very important, FD rate. FD is a financial asset, yes or no? And it was the most popular form of financial asset. Even when I grew up, the first investment I did was FD. And who gave me the information? My parents. And I'm very sure today also, the parents educate their children that the first investment should be FD. But I'm very sorry to say this, my dear friend. In 91, the FD rate was 13%. And what is the FD rate today? Around 7%. No, if I go to the bank manager and say, can you give me 13% today? What will be his answer? No, he will answer, why are you asking? I said, my father got it, so why are you not giving it to me? He will say, then do one thing, you take it from my father. He will say, do one thing, you take it from my father. Remember, my dear friend, FDs are coming down. FDs have gone down by 50%. India's repo rate in the year 2000 was 14%. Today, repo rate is 6.25. And according to Trading Economics, the best research agency, in 2020, India's repo rate is going to be 4.75. So I'm very, very sure with interest rate going down, financial asset investment in the form of fixed deposits is going to go down. Fixed deposit was the most popular investment. But in the last 2 days, bank deposits have increased. This was only because of the Modi effect. Do you know how much money has got deposited till 12 o'clock yesterday afternoon in the last 2 days? 2 lakh crores. SBI saw a collection of almost 48,000 crores. SBI has got a correction of almost 48,000 crore, So I hope now Arvind Kejriwal will say that, Modi ji was working for SBI. He had written, Modi ji is working for Paytm. I am very, very sure he would be writing that Modi ji has been working for our SBI. So what I am trying to communicate, my dear friends, if you see FD rate, it is coming down. Next, my dear friends, FII investment. Why FII investment is very, very important? Last 2 days, market has gone down 3 days. Yes or no? Why they have gone down? Can anyone tell me? Yeah, please understand, stock market heavily is dependent on FII. When was stock market introduced in India? 1979. And if you see 1991, the index was just 1,000. How much it was? Just 1,000. From 91 to 94, the market saw an increase because of Manmohan Singh ji and because of Arshad Mehta. The market saw a jump of 1,000 to 4,000. But from 94 to 2004, almost 10 years, market was sleeping like Kumbhakarna. Market was sleeping like Kumbhakarna. 4,000 did not increase. It was just 4,000. But from 2004, why did the market increase? It was more because of the FII investment. If you see FII investment, if you see it has been increasing every year from 1996, and if you notice in 2016, it was almost 160 billion. Because it was 160 billion, stock market increased. So I am very sure 1,000 has become 27,000. But 27,000 becoming 1 lakh is not only dependent on India's performance, it's dependent on the overall performance. China has to do well. America has to do well. UK has to do well. So it is a big challenge today. But I am very, very sure still people will invest in stock market. But going forward, stock will be volatile. Yes or no, my dear friends? Even Indian economic condition and abroad economic condition, stock will be volatile. So I am very, very sure people will be cautious when it comes to investing in stock market. So financial asset in the form of stock will be there, but people will be little cautious. And last is, my dear friend, Sensex. So if you notice, if you see this chart, if you notice this chart very closely, in 1985 to 2000, financial asset investment was more. 1985 to 2000, financial asset investment was more. In 2001 to 2015, physical assets investment was more. And going forward, the next 15 years, I am of the opinion there would be a tremendous shift to financial assets. There will be a tremendous shift to financial assets. And I am very, very sure, going forward, financial assets will not be of one type. We have to divide the financial asset into two. One is a guarantee financial assets, one is a non-guarantee financial asset. I repeat, one is a guarantee financial asset, one is a non-guarantee. The three parameters which we need to take for guarantee and non-guarantees, the first parameter is the returns, the second parameter is the interest rate, and the third parameter, which is very, very important, is capital protection. One of our financial assets should be capital protected. Why we need to have capital protection is, India, there is lot of financial scams. I come from Maharashtra state. Very sorry to say, we are number one in financial scams, in both in chit fund scam as well as in Ponzi scam. Ponzi means MLM, multi-level marketing scam. Investors have lost 70,000 crore in the last 5 years. Investors has lost how much? 70,000. So I am very, very clear. Financial asset has to be shifted into two. One is guarantee, one is non-guarantee. Guarantee first is return. So when we talk about LIC product, the advantage with LIC products is LIC has never given great returns. It has always given 7%. 1990 also it was given 7. Today also it is giving around 7 to 8. But because it is more of a guarantee product, I am of the opinion that financial asset in the form of LIC is a guarantee on returns. Similarly on the interest rate, if you consider Jeevan Akshay, do you remember table number 97? Yes. What was table number 97? Yeah. The old, 98 was Jeevan Dhara, 97 was the old Jeevan Akshay, which was giving around 12%. Even today, investors are still getting 12%. So what I am of the opinion is, even on interest rate, LIC is guaranteed. The new product which LIC has brought, Jeevan Labh, what is the USP of the product? Premium is lesser than the sum assured. LIC has already given 2% inbuilt bonus in it. So what I am of the opinion is, even when it comes to interest rate, LIC is guaranteed. And the third, capital protection. LIC, why LIC is guaranteed? Because IRDA and government guarantee comes in as a part of our product line. So I am very, very sure one of your investment in financial assets should be in LIC. The balance should be in other products. So what I would like you all to understand is that this financial and physical assets are going to play a big role in the coming days. And I'm very sure coming days, customers would invest more in financial assets. Do you all agree with me? Yes or no? Yeah. Now, let me talk on retirement. Any questions before this? Do you need to ask me any questions? Yeah. Okay. Now, let me talk on retirement. Retirement, basically I talk more on concepts, and I'll be just giving you some ideas. When you go to a customer, what you can share when it comes to retirement. I am of the opinion today in India there are three phases. One, a learning phase. When is a learning phase? From 0 to 25 years. Second is a earning phase. Earning phase is from when? 25 to 60. And third is the retirement phase. 60 to, what can be the end age? 80, 85. If you ask Lal Krishna Advani ji, he is already 89. Yes or no? If you ask Dilip Kumar Saab, he is already 94. What I am of the opinion, with increase in medical technology, with improvement in medical technology, with increase in life expectancy, we might see retirement age as the age group where people are going to spend more time. Maybe the retirement age group will beat the earning as well as the learning age group. So I am very, very clear, in today's market, retirement planning is necessity. It is mandatory. I repeat, it is mandatory. I am of the opinion retirement is no more a planning. It is an adopted child for everyone. It is a adopted child. If someone has got two child, he needs to understand he has got another child, the third child, so whose name is retirement, and everybody needs to save for retirement. I am very clear, the person who is saving at age 31 for retirement will get his money at age 61. The person who is saving at age 32 for retirement will get money at age 62. So I am very, very clear that retirement planning has to be done. So I am of the opinion retirement is a process of building a corpus for an investor which helps him to lead a comfortable retired life. I am of the opinion retirement means corpus creation. Retirement means corpus creation, and corpus has to be created at a particular age. What is that age? I repeat, retirement is corpus creation, and the corpus has to be created at a particular age. What is that age? Age 60. I am of the opinion money which comes at age 60 is retirement income. Money which comes at age 40, money which comes at age 45 is wealth creation. Money which comes only at age 60 is retirement. There are three long-term goals in everyone's life. One is children's marriage, second is children's education, and third is retirement planning. In India, we have got three type of goal. One is a short-term goal, one is a long-term goal, and one goal which comes in between. But I am very, very clear that retirement goal we cannot prepone. It has to come at age 60. It has to come at age 60. So I am very, very sure that any investment which you do for retirement, you need to stay invested till 60. You need to stay invested till 60. You can invest in any financial assets. You can invest in any physical asset. But when it comes to retirement planning, money should come at age 60. Now in order to communicate this, we need to communicate, we need to educate the customer why retirement planning is needed. So I will try to educate, I will try to share some point which I do when I canvas in front of a customer. One is, first is increase in life expectancy in India. Increase in, can anyone tell me what was the life expectancy in 1990? Yeah, it was around 55. In 1990, the life expectancy was around 1990 life expectancy was 58, 2000 it was 61, 2010 it increased to 66, today it is around 69, 2020 it is supposed to increase to 72, and 2030 as per research data it is supposed to increase to 77. But I am very, very sure in India research data is always goes wrong, yes or no? I am very sure going forward India retirement life expectancy will increase to 85. Life expectancy will increase to 85. I am very sure people minimum age will be 85. Which is the number one country for life expectancy today? Japan. Japan's life expectancy age today is 84. And I am very sure 20 years down the line, India's life expectancy will also be 84. Why I am saying this is because there is a lot of awareness among today's youngsters, yes or no? Today's youngsters are looking to stay fit. The reason they want to stay fit is they want to prolong their life. Nowadays when I do a joint canvassing with an advisor, I ask a question to a youngster, do you exercise? What is his normal answer? Yes, even if he does not do, even say, yes, then I say, if you exercise, you need to go for retirement planning. If you exercise, you need to go for retirement planning because nothing is going to happen to him. So what I am trying to communicate is people are going to live longer. And if people are living longer, we need vitamin B, we need vitamin D, and we also need vitamin M in the form of retirement planning. So I am very, very clear that because of increase in life expectancy, customers have to go for retirement planning. If youngsters are saying that, they will not live, just remind them about Advani ji, just remind them about Dilip Kumar Saab. My dear friend, in India today, many of the celebrities are living beyond 90 to 100. That is the reason why we need to believe that life expectancy increase will help everyone to go for retirement planning. Second reason is increase in dependency ratio. What is dependency ratio? Yeah, depending on children, parents depending on children. These numbers are not going to go down. These numbers are also going to increase. Why it will increase? Because the number of senior citizens are increasing. Earlier, senior citizens never used to live beyond 60, but today they are living, they would be dependent on their children. When they will be dependent on their children? When they do not have money. For example, is Amitabh dependent on Abhishek Bachchan? No, he is not dependent. Is Sunil Gavaskar dependent on Rowan Gavaskar? He is not dependent. Please understand, if you have money, you are not dependent. If you do not have money, you are dependent. And I'm very sure going forward, today's youngsters, when they become senior citizen, they would not like to be dependent on their children. And to not to be dependent, then you need to go in for retirement planning. Third, my dear friends, the reason why to go for retirement planning is decline of joint family structure. I'm very sure going forward, the joint family structure, they will be declined. Here we should not be talking about a negative reason. We should talk about the positive reason. Positive reason means, I just give an example. If any youngster from rural India, he goes to Mumbai, he goes to Pune, he goes to Bangalore, he is not going to come back. Is he going to come back? No. If he goes to Singapore, he will not come back. If he goes to USA, it's a final bye-bye. If he goes to USA, when he does in the airport like this, it means a final bye-bye. So what I am trying to say, children when are going abroad, children are going to other parts of India, but the parents do not like to shift with them. The reason why parents do not like to shift with them, if they shift with their children, what happens? They do not have social connect there. Because they do not have social connect, they are not entertained. They are feeling bored and they would like to come back. Do you agree with me? Yes or no? They would like to come back. So I am very, very sure people who go to other cities, the senior citizen, they tend to come back in a month or 2 months. The children want the parents to stay with them. Like in US, many children want the parents to come. But the parents, when they book the ticket, they book the return ticket also. Because, because what I am of the opinion is, if they stay for 3 months, 4 months, they are unable to talk to anyone. Because they are unable, and if Indians don't talk to anyone, what happens, my dear friend? A mental state of mind is not sure. So what they do is, they tend to come back. So I am very, very sure, going forward, the joint family structure, we will see a decline in India. Next, and because, see, if you don't want to stay with your children, then you need to go in for retirement planning. If there is retirement planning, then you need not worry. If there is no retirement planning, then you will have to stay with children. Next, my dear friends, very, very important. Lack of proper social security in India. What is social security? It's supported by government. My dear friend, today in India, the social security is not good. Why it is not good? Because in India is under a lot of fiscal deficit. Fiscal deficit means the expenditure is more and income is less. When a businessman does any loss, it is known as loss. Yes or no? When the government of India is in a loss, it is known as fiscal deficit. It is known as fiscal. And please understand, coming years the fiscal deficit will increase. But I am very sure, 50 years down the line, India will be a great country to stay. I think in 50 years down the line, 60 years down the line, there will be a good social security. Why? Because there the tax collection will be good. Because tax collection will be good, income will be more than expenditure. But today, my dear friends, social security is not going to be there. Next 30, 40 years, social security is not going to be there. Social security means free pensions provided by government. Social security means free medical cover covered by the government. I am very, very sure next 30, 40 years it is not going to happen. Because it is not going to happen, one needs to go in for retirement planning. One needs to create his own social security. It is very, very important. If you want to live a comfortable retired life, you need to go in for a retirement planning. And the fifth point, very, very important, impact of inflation. I am of the opinion in India, it is more about correction of prices. India, now we call it as inflation, reason being the prices have increased very fast. But I am of the opinion in 1990, in India prices were very low. It had to increase. It had to increase. And today what has happened, we have seen a major jump of prices from 1990 till date. And I am very sure going forward, the correction has not completed. For example, a 1 kg rice in Singapore is almost 350 rupees. Today 1 kg rice in India is only 60 to 70. So I am of the opinion, correction is not over. When it comes to essential commodities, there is still further correction to happen. And I am very clear today, a 20,000 minimum expenditure today will go on to become 1 lakh in the next 30 years. Minimum 20,000 expenditure will go on. I am very clear in the next 20 years down the line, there will be a lower inflation rate. Once the correction happens, India's inflation rate will go low. But today what is happening, my dear friend, because of the correction, the inflation rate is very, very high. I am of the opinion, minimum 1 lakh per month is required for a senior citizen. That is at a minimum level. And for that, we need to create a corpus of 2 crore. We need to create a corpus. And I am of the opinion, there is no product, financial which can beat inflation. The only way to beat inflation is, you need to stay invested for a longer period. If you stay invested for a longer period, then only you will be able to beat inflation. If you stay invested for 30 years, then only you will be able to beat inflation. If you stay invested for 25 years, then only you will be able to beat inflation. Because if you invest in a financial asset where a liquidity is in 3 years, where a liquidity is in 4 years, the corpus creation will not be done. So it is very clear to beat inflation, the only way is to do retirement planning. Earlier, there was one product which was mandatory, which was Provident Fund, yes or no? Provident Fund, because it was mandatory, it was working long term, but I'm very clear, going forward, India, if this government comes back in 2019, I'm very sure the word PF will disappear from India. The word Provident Fund will disappear from India. So we need to make customers aware and educate that they need to go in for products which can create more in the form of corpus creation. Now what has happened is, when we go to any customer today, their major focus is on children, yes or no? Child needs and child education is their top priority. But they are forgetting that there is one more need which is very, very important, that is their retirement need. They concentrate on their energies on taking care of the children, and what is happening is the retirement planning needs are not taken care. If you ask any 25-year-old today, would you go for retirement planning? What is his answer? I repeat, if you ask a 25-year-old if you want to go for retirement planning, what is his answer? Yeah. His answer is, it is too early to start retirement. Yeah, go and see my father. Yeah, it is too early to see retirement. Yes or no? Then if you ask 35-year-old, will you go for retirement planning? What is his answer? Yeah, I have just got married. I just want to create new assets. To do one thing, you don't come now, you come at age 40. You come at age 40. If you go to him at age 40, what is his typical answer? See, in India, at age 40, I think everyone has got a child who is doing very good in studies. In India, somehow all the child do very good in studies. The entire concentration is ensuring to make their child an engineer or a doctor in reputed colleges. So he said, do not come now, you come at age 50. You come at age 50, and at age 50 you need not call the customer will call you. You need not call the customer will call you and say, I want to go for retirement planning. And by the age 60, what does the customer feel? Wished I would have gone early. Wished I would have gone early. He said that, I am of the opinion this is India's story today. Do you agree with me, yes or no? I am of the opinion we should not listen from a customer. We should educate a customer. Our role is similar to a doctor. Our role is similar to a doctor. We need to communicate what is happening in India's economy today. I do a lot of talks in Senior Citizen Park in Mumbai. And when I do a talk, I do blame the senior citizens. Why do I blame the senior citizens is, they never had this habit of investing for a longer term. The only thing which they used to do was more in Provident Fund. And because they used to heavily dependent on Provident Fund, what has happened today, they are unable to create a corpus. And today the first advice they give to children today, do not invest for long term. Do not invest for long term. So somehow we need to educate, we need to communicate that retirement is a goal which is only long term. And certain percentage of your income, I repeat, certain percentage of your income needs to go for long term. Short term planning is very important because short term goals are there. Lot of goals nowadays. Going on a foreign vacation, taking a dream car. Short term investment has to happen. But a fixed percentage of investment has to compulsory go for long term planning. Because if we do not do that, what is going to happen? Retirement planning will kill us. So retirement time period will kill us. So what I would advise everyone is, we need to talk about this and we need to educate to the customer. Some of the assumption in today, next we will come to the assumption in retirement planning. People have the opinion that returns from save and create is enough. When you talk to any youngster, they have the opinion that returns from save and create is very enough. See, in India there are two types of investments. One is a create and save investment, and second is a save and create investment. Save and create investment means whatever you save you create. I repeat, whatever you save you create, like a recurring deposit, like an SIP, like a provident fund. Whatever you save you create. And then there is a create and save instrument. Create is you first create and then save, like your real estate. Real estate, we don't take it from our own money. Who sponsors the real estate? Yeah, when you go to an apartment, there's a name board down, yes or no? On the name board is wrong actually. The name board, whose name should come? The bank name should come. But unfortunately in India, whose name comes? Customer name comes. Yes or no? But why customer name sum? Because we have created the property. I repeat, we have created the property and then we are saving. Similarly, insurance is also a create and save property. Suppose if you create a 10 lakh sum assured, we do not pay 10 lakh today. We are saving every month a premium and then we do give 10 lakh over a period of 20 to 25 years. So there are two type of investments, save and create and save. And investors today are basically going for save and create instrument. They basically invest for SIP, they basically are investing in PF, they're basically investing in RD. But what is the research says? That if you go for SIP and RD, it is wonderful. SIP is excellent tool for short-term goals, but the average holding period is just 30 months. Average holding period is 30 months and there is a possibility it will not be available for retirement. So the dangerous trend today is investors are of the opinion returns from save and create will be enough. I am of the opinion if you want to do retirement planning, we need to go in for create and save investment. We need to go in for create. First we have to create and then we need to save. Second, my dear friends, there is an assumption of people. I am not going to live long. Yes or no? I am not going to live long. No, a 30-year-old nowadays is reading in the newspaper that even a 35-year-old gets an heart attack. So he is of the opinion he may also get an heart attack. What is the profile of a 40-year-old in India? The profile is into too much loans. Yes or no? Is into too much loans that the chances of something happening is there. My dear friend, please understand, everyone is of the opinion I will not live long. But I am very sure with the improvement in medical technologies, I am very sure people are going to live longer. And because people are going to live longer, retirement planning is there. Youngsters are of the opinion they will not live till 60. We have to communicate, we have to convince them. They are going to touch 100. They are going to touch 100 unless they meet a terrorist. Unless they meet someone who can kill them. Otherwise, the illness is not going to kill them because for every illness, there is medicine. So, I will not live long is going to convert into I will live long. Every person is going to live longer. Next, my dear friends, inheritance of property. Everybody is of the opinion the parents' property is going to come to us. But I am very sure and I am very clear, 10 years down the line, the concept of reverse mortgage is going to be very, very popular in India. In India, what happens, everything which is in states, United States today, comes to India around 20 years later. And I'm very sure a reverse mortgage which is somehow popular in US today is going to come to India. What is reverse mortgage? Reverse mortgage means after age 60, you can give the property back to bank. After age 60, you can give the property back to bank and bank allows you to stay in the property, but bank gives you a EMI every month. And the day something happens to the senior citizen, bank takes away the property, bank sells the property, whatever they have given to senior citizen, they will minus, they will deduct and give the balance to the nominee. Today, it is not popular. Today, why it is not popular? Because today the thumb rule in India is property has to go to next generation. And what is the thumb rule of the next generation? Property has to come to us. I repeat, the thumb rule is property should go to next generation and another thumb rule is next generation property to come to us. So I am very, very clear, my dear friends. I am very, very clear that going forward, what is going to happen, reverse mortgage is going to become popular. Why the concept of reverse mortgage in abroad market is very popular? Not because they don't want to transfer. They have the opinion that children should create their own property. They have the opinion if we give the property to children, children will get into a comfort zone. So that is why reverse mortgage is very, very popular. In the abroad developed countries, they give property in the form of real estate, so in the form of insurance. They transfer property in the form of insurance. I am of the opinion insurance is a virtual property. I am of the opinion insurance is a virtual property. It is a property which you cannot see. It is a property which you cannot see. For example, if you go for a 1 crore sum assured, I repeat, for example, if you go for a 1 crore sum assured, what is the average premium you are paying? 5 lakh. Yeah, it is around 5 to 6 lakh a annum, yes or no? For a period of around 20 to 25 years. But the same 1 crore, if you go in for EMI, how much you would be paying? You would be paying around 10 lakhs per year. You will be paying around 10 lakhs. So I am of the opinion, just like real estate, insurance is also a virtual property which you cannot see, and it's a cheaper property when you compare to real estate. It is cheaper property when you compare to real estate, and the concept is same. The moment something happens to us, property gets transferred to family, and if nothing happens, you get a maturity. Suppose I go for a 1 crore Jeevan Anand plan. How much will I get on maturity? It is not 2 crore, there is one more sum assured given of 1 crore, yes or no? So 1 crore actually becomes how much? 3 crore. The same, if you go for a, same EMI, if you go for a real estate, you only get a 50 lakh property. And 50 lakh becoming 3 crore is difficult in today's market. So I am very clear going forward what is going to happen. Insurance is going to replace properties and inheritance of property is not going to happen. I am very clear property is not going to get transferred. Reverse mortgages may happen in India in the coming days. Next, my dear friend, there is an assumption of people. I do not want to do retirement planning because I will keep working and keep working. With increase in population, I am sure going forward, younger people will be available for employment. I am very sure working age, the retirement age in many companies are going to go down. It is not going to be 60. In IT companies already it has started. They are trying to get in younger blood and trying to replace those who are around age 45 to 50. I am sure going forward, even in government establishment, the retirement age will go down. Only those who are very good, who can work for longer period, they will be working longer. But I am very sure going forward, retirement age will not be 60. Retirement age will be 50. But today, if you ask any person today, what is his concept? His concept is even keep working. I don't need to go for retirement planning because I will keep working. But I am very clear that going forward, retirement will be at around 60. Means your income will stop around at age 50. And next, my dear friends, there is one more assumption. People are of the opinion their savings are good enough to take care of inflation. I am very clear in today's market, unless someone's saving reaches to a corpus of 3 crore, 4 crore, he should not stop savings. Today when we go for any canvassing, the common objection which we get from people is, the common objection is, I have taken a lot of investments. But if you try to analyze his investment, if you try to see his total investment, it will not work out to a 1 crore. I am of the opinion, unless you go for 3 crore, unless you go for 4 crore total corpus creation, you should not stop saving. Saving should keep on continuing because 20 years down the line, 30 years down the line, 2 crore kept in bank, how much are you going to get interest rate, my dear friends? 2 crore if you keep in bank, how much would be the interest rate? Interest rate would be around 4 to 5%, yes or no? On 2 crore, if you take 5%, it works out to only 10 lakhs per annum. If you take 10 lakhs per month, it is lesser than 1 lakh. So I am very, very clear today, a corpus should be in the range of 3 to 4 crores. Then only you can able to meet retirement to my saving. These are some of the assumptions. Apart from this assumption, there is one more assumption, my dear friend. Apart from this assumption, there is one more assumption in today's market. What is that assumption? These are some of the assumptions which we face, some of the objection which we face in retirement planning. Apart from that, there is one more. Another objection is, my children will be taking care of me. Another objection is, I do not need to go in for retirement planning because my children will take care of me. I am of the opinion, today's days, our job is to bring up the children, our job is to give him the best facility. And you know what is the job of a child today? To say bye-bye to us. If he takes care of us, it is a bonus. If he takes care of us, it is a bonus. Why? Because, my dear friend, today the children are under their own pressure. Children are with increasing EMIs. They want to take care of their parents, but because they are under tremendous pressure, they are unable to take care. So I am of the opinion, children taking care will be a bonus. So my sincere request to everyone is, we need to talk about this objection. We need to talk about this assumption when we face a client, because today retirement planning is the need of the hour. Every person needs to go for retirement planning. Just like how motor insurance is mandatory in today's market, retirement planning is mandatory. But because, the only thing why investors are going for provident fund today, because it is mandatory. Similarly, long-term saving should be mandatory in India in the form of retirement planning. And why does insurance plan work out better for retirement planning is, insurance plans are long-term. Insurance plans are long-term because the term is for longer period. Normally, there is a tendency of the investor to stay invested for a longer period. Now, a lot of mutual fund companies have brought in retirement plans, but the problem is the lock-in is only for 5 years. Because the lock-in is only for 5 years, what is going to happen is the customer will not stay invested. So these are some of the assumptions which we have to talk. After this, we should also talk about what are the things which should happen at retirement. We need to educate a customer. What are the things which should happen at his retirement? The first thing which should happen at his retirement, retirement person should be an owner of his own house at age 60. My dear friend, when he is working, he is not the owner. Who is the owner? Bank is the owner. He has just created a property. At 60, his bank liability should be zero. He should be the actual owner. He He should be the actual owner. So one of the things which a retired person should have, he should be the owner of the house. Second, my dear friends, very, very important in today's market, he should have adequate health cover. He should have a medical claim cover, because people are going to live longer. When you live longer, there are chances of some medical illnesses. So what we need to do, we need to ensure that medical claim cover is, adequate medical claim cover is given. Third, my dear friend, retired person major liabilities should be closed. Retired person major liabilities should be closed. His small liabilities might be there, but apart from that, whatever is his liabilities should be zero. He should not be in a position, he should not be in a position not to pay any EMIs. All his liabilities should be zero. Next, my dear friend, very, very important, and that is why insurance product come into picture. Retired person should first create an emergency fund. Why does he need to create an emergency fund? To take care of any emergencies which he might face. No, we are doing a medical cover, but apart from medical cover, for any other emergencies, he needs to create an emergency fund. And last and most important is, he should create a retirement corpus for steady flow of income. I am of the opinion for the last 2 points, which is emergency fund and when it comes to retirement corpus, no, insurance plans are best suited. Why insurance plans are best suited is, my dear friend, it works for longer term. Emergency fund is not needed today. Emergency fund is needed post-retirement. Retirement corpus is needed post-retirement. And I am of the opinion that, if you go for longer term investment, it will be in a position to take care of retirement corpus, as well as it is in a position to take care of emergency fund. We can do retirement planning with any product. We can do it with real estate. We can do it with gold. We can do it with SIP. But there is a clear communication. In whichever product we do, we have to stay invested till age 60. If we stay invested till age 60, then only a retirement corpus will get created. Then only an emergency fund will get created. So I am not saying that we need to do only with insurance product. We can do with any other financial asset. But my dear friends, we need to stay invested till age 60. Now, there are some things to remember when planning for retirement. I am of opinion, there are some things which we need to take care when we are planning for retirement. The first thing we need to take care is, we need to decide how much income you require to live comfortably in retirement years. First, we need to talk about how much income you need to live in retirement years. I repeat, how much income you require to live comfortably in retirement years. At a time of retirement, what is the type of income you might need? Yeah, what is the type of income? Yeah, that for what kind of income you need? Yeah. First, you need income to support yourself and your spouse. You will need income for support yourself and your spouse. You don't need income to support your children, because children will be grown up and they will take care. So you just need income to take care of yourself and your spouse. Second type of income you need is, because medical will be high, you need to allocate some income for medical expenditure. See, we have taken medical cover. Medical cover is needed when you are hospitalized. But for daily reason, you need to take some tablets when you grow older. For that, you need to provide for income. You also need to provide for income for unforeseen contingencies like losing your house, because of natural calamity. Next is for payment of premiums, income tax, loan, consultant fees. You are fulfilling the dreams like going abroad, you need to provide income. The first step in retirement planning is, you have to sit with that person and decide for how much years, how much income is needed during the retirement years. How much income is needed during retirement years. When you are calculating how much income you are needed for retirement years, you need to take into consideration his basic lifestyle needs. You need to take into consideration the medical needs. You need to take in consideration his future travel, unforeseen contingencies. This is the first point. The second point is, he has to remember is, how many years are left before retirement. First point is, how much income he needs for retirement. Second point is, how many years are left before retirement. What is the typical retirement age? 60. If his entry age is 30, 60 minus 30 would be the retirement period. If his age is above 40, we need to push the retirement age to 65. If his age is above 50 at the time of entry, we need to push retirement age to 70, because we need to ensure that there is at least 20 years of corpus creation period. But the typical age is 60 minus age at entry. The typical age is what age? 60 minus age at entry. So if age at entry is 30, 60 minus 30 will be how much? 30 years. This is the second point. The third point is, you have to determine how much you need to save regularly. Determine how much you need to save regularly. And I am of the opinion, for different income, for different age group, the percentage is different. For different age group, the percentage is different. If someone is starting at a younger age, the percentage can be lower. Why percentage can be lower? Because the corpus creation is bigger, higher. And similarly, when for older age group, the percentage should be higher because the corpus creation period is lesser. So I am of the opinion that you need to invest a fixed percentage every year, every month. Can anyone tell me what should be the fixed percentage for retirement? If on income, what should be the fixed percentage of saving month after month, minimum? 20%. For annum? Yeah, I am of the opinion that 10% is the right investment. 10% of your income every month should only go for a retirement goal. Suppose your income is 1 lakh. How much is 10% of 1 lakh? 10,000. And year it works out to how much? 1 lakh 20,000. If your income is 2 lakh, how much is 10%? 20,000. 20,000 into 12 works out to how much? 2 lakh 40,000. I am of the opinion 10% should go in for retirement. I am of the opinion for different age group, the percentage is different. No, for higher age group, the percentage will be higher. But minimum, my dear friend, minimum, every month, 10% goes for retirement. When I do canvassing, I have seen this. If you ask more than 20-30%, the chances are we may not get a longer term plan. But if we are asking only for 10%, sometimes we get it. And today, my dear friends, even 10% is not coming in today's market. You know, on average, how much comes for retirement planning? It is just 3 to 5. It is just 3 to 5. Someone who is drawing a salary of 1 lakh is supposed to pay us 1 lakh 20 per annum. 1 lakh, 10% of 1 lakh is how much? 10,000. 10,000 into 12 is how much? Yeah, 10,000 into 12 is how much? It is 1 lakh 20,000. So what I am trying to communicate is, my dear friend, even 10% is not coming. So the third point is, you have to determine how much you need to save regularly. The fourth point is, you have to select the right retirement plan. You have to select the right retirement plan. I am not saying invest in insurance. Invest any product, but the invested amount should be till age 60. And the fifth point is, invest systematically for your post-retirement years. That means every month you have to save 10%. If you invest systematically, then only you will get the return. So these are the 5 points which we need to take care for retirement. With this, I would like to, end the retirement concept. Any questions you want to ask for my first topic and for the retirement? Any question do you need to ask? Yeah. Okay.
Hello. Since we have got the governance program, we cannot change any timings. They are very meticulous. I have to make certain announcement. My humble request, now it is 10:26. Am I correct? So 10:28 it is over. My humble request, any questions you can ask him later on.
Yeah, okay, fine.
Because we have got strict instruction from police how to maintain everything, which I am going to announce. My apologies to you, but question answers you can ask him later on. So let us conclude this session now with your permission. Okay?
Yeah. Yeah,
10:28.
Yeah.
Huh? No, 10:28.
Thank you.
Hello.
But 7 minutes you will have question answers. Come on, quick. Who wants to ask the question?
You can ask any question with respect.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
Very brief.
Your session is beautiful. I enjoyed it. Sir, I have one small doubt. As a investor, what all are your investment in on the 10% portfolio? What are you investing in investment mutual funds? What is status slab?
I am of the opinion mutual fund is not for
No.
retirement.
Guru,
I am
Guru,
just-
Guru,
out of which 10% is for long-term retirement goal. The balance 20% can be for short-term goal. Only 10% if you save, because short-term goals also very important. We have to enjoy the present also, and I am very clear SIP is for short-term goal. It is not meant for long-term goal. Until the SIP average holding period increases to 10 years, I am of the opinion we should not even advise SIP for retirement. I know there is a trend going on that SIP is mentioned for retirement, but till that holding period increases to 10 years, we should not encourage SIP. SIP is a great investment, but it is purely for short-term goals, and that is why we can invest 15 to 20% in SIP to take care of short-term goals. Yeah.
Sir.
No
10% for long-
subsidiary question. Next question. Sir, how can you beat the inflation, sir?
See, inflation, I am very clear, no product is able to beat inflation. Only way to beat inflation is stay invested for a longer period. Where we are going wrong is, you know, when we are selling an insurance product is, a customer says, I have taken a 1 crore policy and 1 crore is becoming 2 crore. What is his mindset? I have taken a 1 crore sum assured and 1 crore is becoming how much? 2 crore. Actually, he has not taken a 1 crore. He is paying 5 lakh. For 1 crore, he is taking 20 years. Because he has taken 20 years, then his 1 crore becomes 2 crore. If he wants more money, he has to invest more today. So please understand, no product. See, LIC is giving around 7% and post-tax insurance is giving 10%. Because of under section 1010D, where returns are tax-free, actually insurance is giving 10. And after deduction of tax, we are giving 7. I am very, very clear. Going forward, no product will be able to beat inflation. And there is a talk going on. Inflation rate will come down. As I said, there is a correction happening. See, in 1991, I come from Mumbai. The vada pav in Mumbai, the favorite snack, was just 1 rupee. Today it is 10 rupee. 1 rupee becoming 10 is how much times? 10 times. 10 will not become 100. 10 will go to 20, 30, 40. The inflation percentage is going to come down. As I said, India is a young economy. We need to give time to India. Where we go wrong sometimes is we put too much pressure on India. US is 250 years old. India is just 70 years old, and the entire growth has come in the last 25 years. And with the Narendra Modi's new initiative, the growth of India will be much more faster. Yes.
Yeah, good morning, sir.
Last question.
Media House, they are projecting the rate and the yield as 12 to 15% minimum for mutual funds.
Yeah.
And many youngsters, they take housing loan also, whereby the monthly charges is 50% of their income. So they are not convinced, even though we are telling
See,
them.
please understand, I am not against the media, nor I am against the investment expert. But in India, I am of the opinion no one is expert. Everybody is an opinion master. Now, if you would have asked 1 month back, should I invest in a Tata stock? What would everyone would have said? Invest in a Tata stock. Please understand the previous, whatever you have gone, you have to leave it aside. It was a growing economy. See, 1000 Sensex in 91 has become 27,000. SIP has given fantastic returns. But coming days, for SIP to give fantastic returns, market need to keep growing longer. 27,000 has to touch 50,000, 60,000, 70,000. And today Indian market is not dependent, the stock market is not dependent on the Indian market. It depends upon the overall market. See, India has done excellent in the last couple of years. Do you agree with me? Yes or no? But stock market touched 20,000 in the year 2007. 10 long years, stock market is unable to reach even 30,000. And the top stockbrokers are saying that it will reach 50,000. I am not saying it will not reach. Even I have got a lot of investment. I hope that it will reach. But what I am trying to communicate is 20,000 has not become 40,000. Why the SIP is giving returns is because of volatility. The Sensex goes up, then comes down. Goes up, then comes down. If you are investing in SIP, if you are investing in stock market, whenever we do Satyanarayan Puja at home, we need to communicate not only India mantra, we have to communicate Chinese mantra, we have to communicate US mantra, we have to ensure that the entire world economy goes. Because what happens is we cannot compare the previous to the current. The economy has changed, and going forward, see, look at this. Earlier, a lot of physical assets were getting invested, but now there will be no investment because of the government policies. So I am very sure going forward, the stock market will not see a major increase. Yes, any more question?
Thank you, sir.
Yeah,
You have
thanks,
done a great job.
Yeah.
We are not going to leave you. We will definitely use your
Fine.
expertise for our future seminars.
Fine, thank you.
That's a guarantee I am giving on
Yeah,
behalf of my management
Thank you.
committee.
Yeah, thanks. I would like to take this opportunity. Yeah,
Okay, kindly, now it is over.
Yeah.
Now proceed.
thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Now may I call upon Mr. T. Manoharan, Mannargudi branch, Tanjavur, to present a memento.
Manoharan, Mannargudi branch, Tanjavur.